Hey, what's up, everybody? This is my Springfield. I'm not very good at stitching photos together, so I thought I'd take a video instead. All right, so starting off, we've got obviously Evergreen Terrace with a kind of a little park back behind it. Um, Coming on down the street, obviously, we've got a little extension of that park, the pro shop, and the obstacle course. This is all the way at what I guess would be the eastern edge of town. So coming down from there, we've got the school, and yeah, this is got the high school as well. This is kind of like my educational area. You can see where I've got the Springfield Heights Institute of Technology and the particle collider. And then I have, I guess, I don't know, you'd call it like Frank's sort of complex, all the extra goodies. Um, so aside from that, we've got kind of a a down on your luck area. Um, the Bachelor Arms and the orphanage over near the prison as well. Um, and of course the old folks home right there. So now something that I'm very bad about is I don't have a lot of land, but you'll see in a minute just how little I actually have. But this will have to do for now. So across from the Simpsons house, you've got the another kind of little park, the lake, and across this bridge here is sort of my downtown district. The central part of my downtown district being the monorail. You can get on the monorail and you can go to the convention center. I've got sort of all the civic minded buildings here. Your fire department and such. But one thing that's also on this island is my compound here. I always thought it looked kind of like a university. I know it's the Montero Research. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And yeah, across the bridge from there, obviously back to Frank's. So I like to think all the education is happening in one place. Now, one thing here is obviously the Springfield Heights buildings are really cool. I know a lot of people don't like them, but if you kind of kit bash them together in a certain way, it can look kind of cool. It looks really nice whenever your monorail is kind of hidden by some of the buildings. It's pretty cool. I always enjoy it. So down here to the south, I've got this sort of movie studio complex where we've got right now you can see sort of like an old castle themed, and then obviously across the little stream we've got the Wild West area, which is also good for making a good and bad and the ugly, the good, the bad, the ugly, or anything like that. And I do like these ski chalets. I think they look pretty cool. Once again, kind of smashed together. So across from the little river, I've got sort of the down on your luck area. And this, that's not a glitch. I actually have a bunch of walls there, wailing walls. It's a good place to hide them. But anyway, so down here you got your down on the luck area, sort of your rundown area, and it's also where I've kind of thrown in my resources for recycling and such, and got a fun little go kart track. Down in the south, you'll see these kinds of little racetracks in people's backyards. It's kind of crazy. Little Woodstock Island. Now, one of my favorite areas is, I guess you would call um, this little carnival park, maybe. But I've got like the farmers market and Christmas tree lot and such, and all the whacking day and little kiosks, and Of course, obviously the chili stands, so everyone can sort of hang out together. Um, and yes, so one interesting thing is this little area of water, sort of this river. A river runs through my town, and it goes pretty far ways, almost all the way to where the centralized civic area is. But more on that in a minute. So to the north of the tetanus terminal, I have a little makeshift park, which I think is pretty cool. And I've got the spooky campfire in the spooky woods. Maybe it's because it's downstream of the nuclear power plant. Maybe that's why all the trees died. Who knows? But yes. So as you notice, I don't know if you've noticed, but I do not like to have my monorails in the road. I like to have them on the sidewalk or out of the road completely. Even areas like right here, it'll be hard to show, but maybe if I turn off the buildings, yeah, you can even see here that, again, sidewalk to sidewalk. So it's just something I personally try to do. It doesn't always work, but I can usually come pretty close, which is nice. But again, there's a bit of on the threads. There's a couple of people that kind of tell you how to do it, if you so choose. But here you can see I've got all my sort of factories and the like, and just kind of an industrial section. That's pretty cool. One thing I did like about the superhero updates, I know a lot of people don't like those big long updates, and yeah, they can be a bad grind, but it's got these buildings, Zenith City buildings, that I feel do really well because you can pretend like they're facing east because everything either faces south or west, as you probably know. And so once in a while, when you have something without a face or a sign, you can kind of imagine, well, maybe the sign's on the side that I can't see. So I think it's good to use them in this method to where they're partly obscured, and you can imagine that maybe there's some businesses from if you were standing in front of the Stonecutters daycare, looking across the parking lot there, you would see some additional businesses where all we can see from this isometric angle is just the rooftops. So yeah, down from the industrial area, we've got sort of the kind of crummy shops. Your gun shops, your wedding chapels, the Sleep Easy Motel, that sort of thing. Again, across the water from there, from the Montero, or however you pronounce that. Now, coming up towards here, towards the entrance to Springfield Heights, I've got this area that it's not exactly how I like it, but it's good for now. Just these little shops that are, Moe's and a couple of little restaurants, what I would call the Homer's favorite district, the eating district. And right outside the gates of Springfield Heights are these. I'm not a huge fan, but I wanted to put them somewhere, and this is as good a place as any. Just outside of Springfield Heights. I know it's not in Springfield Heights proper, but it's my town, and I can do what I want. So across the way, you're going to notice here that I do not have a tunnel yet because the second tunnel has not been released. However, when the week 5 is here, I will have that tunnel. And my plan is to make my monorail a full loop. But right now, this is the only area where it does not loop. And I've already moved the tunnel here as a test to make sure that it would have gone through had I moved it, but I didn't. So anyways, here is my Springfield Heights, and I've got obviously some of the resource generating buildings and some of the other buildings that weren't necessarily part of Springfield Heights, but I feel as if they would make a good contribution to the sort of attitude of Springfield Heights. And you can see some of the bigger, nicer houses, obviously. But I also have my Nara NARA, I guess, complex here with the space shuttles and such, right in the rich person neighborhood. So, just how I wanted to do it, I guess. And again, you see here on this far side of the monorail here, more Zen City buildings, which you can imagine across the street from the mall monorail station. You can go over there, and there's more clever shops with cleverly named things. You just can't see it from this angle, or we could at least pretend that's so. And my favorite area, and I'm still working on it, is the Boardwalk Casino. Now, not every casino attraction can be placed on the boardwalk, which is kind of aggravating. Otherwise, mine would be a bit bigger. And I know it's kind of cluttered and junky right now, but I'm working on it. And you can kind of come out through here and go down to the normal area of Squidport, and again, it's not fancy, it's not great, it's kind of hobbled together. I need to rework it, but it'll have to do for now. So basically, this is my current layout. I nuked right after Superheroes 2, and it took me 1 week basically playing off and on to kind of put this back together. Anyways, so I just wanted to give you a real quick look here at sort of where I'm at space-wise. Down here, I've got a bunch of junk hobbled together that I need to clear out. It's how it is for now. Trying to get a couple of extra little points here and there. But as you can see, there is a lot, and I mean a whole heck of a lot of space that I have yet to really utilize. Just massive amounts, really, that I could buy into if I needed to. But for the time being, I think this is good, and if there's some really good updates in the future to expand, I'm ready. I am ready. So, anyways, this is my Springfield. I hope you like it, and if you want to browse it in your game, you can always add me, Dr. Smooth 23 on Origin. Anyways, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and take it easy, I guess. Holler.